Hey guys, welcome back to JavaScript from Introduction to Application. So here we'll be talking about strings, and we'll be using an HTML document. So here I have a very simple one, that I call strings.html. So you can go ahead and do the same thing, open up a text editor, whichever one you like. Here I'm using a Notepad++. I save my document as strings.html, and I have in my document, the head, the title. The title of my document is working with strings. And in the body, I have a div that has the ID of content. So here is where we're going to be putting the content of our code today. So let's dive in. The first thing you want to do on your document, if you want to put JavaScript code on it, is to include a script tag. You open the tag, you close the tag, and you can actually put the type of the script that you're planning to write. So here I have a text, JavaScript. So you remember last time I showed you how to declare variable. So like I said, all our code is going to be within the script. We'll put our JavaScript code here, and you see from example. Let's try to write a variable. Say variable, say name, and we had the value, put the value to it, and we say name is John Smith. Right? Well, before we go too far, we need to find a way to display our result to the content section. So we're going to be using this code right here. So it's just saying we have a document. This is a JavaScript code, a document, and we're getting element by ID. So the element we're trying to get by ID is this content. We get this content by ID, and we have the inner HTML. That's the HTML that is contained within this, div. So we'll be assigning some values to it. So now the first thing we're going to assign to it is the length of this string. So we have the variable name, and we can say name.length. So we have a variable, and we are assigning the length to the inner HTML. So that way, the length shows up in this div. So let's see how that works. We save, you save it. That's the first thing you want to do. Save it and go to your page and refresh. So you refresh, you see the 10 right here. 10 shows up. That's the length of our string. You can go and count. It's going to be 10. Trust me. The next thing we want to talk about is string concatenation. So that is to add two strings together. So you will see how that works right now. We already have a name that is assigned the value of John Smith, and we can have a second variable called intro. So intro can just be name. Let's say my name is, put a space, plus name. So I have this, my name is this, and let's see what displays on the screen. So we're trying to display intro. And save before you run it, and go to your screen and refresh the page. You see, it says my name is John Smith. So we can actually do cool stuff, just concatenating strings. So let's see what we can do with this. We already have my name is John Smith, and let's ask, we're gonna have another one that says variable results, that's the final result. So let's say result is equal to intro. So we are assigning everything we get now, we put it into intro, and we're going to say now we can add more to results. Say result plus result is equal to result plus, let's put a space, then plus what is your name. So we can now display results. We save, and we go to the screen, refresh. So say my name is John Smith. What is your name? Now we can actually put like an input box where users can display, they can enter their own name. So the result, we can add more to results. And one thing I want to remind you is instead of doing result is equal to result plus. So what this is doing is just to, first you have a former, value of result, you add more to it, then you now assign the new value to result. So instead of going this way, you can actually do result plus equals, now you put this new values to it. So that means this new value is going to be added to value of result. We talked about this last time. Now we can add it. We can add more stuff to result. So we can just put like a break. We do break, and now we can add an input box to results. So input, say type is text. So that should work just fine. And we end this with a semicolon and we display results. So you see what this is doing? We have what is your name added to result, and you put a break. So that means it's going to go to the next line. Then you now put an input box, and you're trying to see what that let's see what that shows us on the screen. We save it and we rerun our application. Let's refresh. So you see, so my name is John Smith. What is your name? Now you can type your name here. Voila. That's pretty neat. So the next method on string that I would like to talk about is char at or car at, depending on how you choose to pronounce it. But that really gives you the character at a particular index, and I'll tell you what index is. So if you go to the string John Smith, the first character here has the first index, and that first index is actually 0. Start from 0. So this is index 0, O is index 1, H is index 2, N is index 3, and so on. So if you want to find a character at number 3, index number 3, then what you need to do is just say, let's find the value, say, let's say index, no. Let's just say character value. So we can say name dot char at. So we trying to find the character at number 2. We do that, and we try to display. Let's display the result here, and let's save it. So guess what this value is going to be? It's going to be displayed on the screen. So let's see. So it's H. H is a character at index 2. Let's go back again just to check. You see, I told you 0, 1, 2. So H is on the index number 2. So the next method is replace. In JavaScript, you can actually replace some, a string or some part of your string with another string. Now let's do this. Let's say we have a result, and the result is going to be, say, we want to replace Smith with Josh. So we have name dot replace. So replace is a method, so it takes some argument. That means there are some values you put in that replace. So replace, we're trying to replace, what are we trying to replace? Smith. With what? With Josh. And let's display the results and see what we get. You see, now we have John Josh instead of John Smith that we used to have. Another method on a string is search. So with a search, you can find the index of a particular string or character in your string. So in John Smith, I can find the position of S or the position of M, for example. So what it's going to give me is going to give me the index of that place. So and remember, index is 0 based. That means it starts from 0. So when you start counting from 0. So let's try that. We have name the search. So what am I searching for? I'm searching for, let's search for S. So if S is there, it's going to give me the index. But if it's not there, it's going to give me a negative value. It's telling me it's not there. So let's save and refresh our page. So it's 5. S is on number 5. And let's try something that is not there. For example, let's try Z. Now save it and go back to the, refresh, -1, just like I told you. Another method I would like to show you is split. Split does what exactly the name suggests. It splits your string into parts. So if I want to split this string, John Smith, into having John and Smith, I can just split based on the space here. And how do we do that? Do name does split, and I'm gonna put space in it, space. So this method gets, it takes space. So I'm saying split by the space. So that means the first part is going to be John and the second part is going to be Smith. And the result of this is going to be an array. And I know I haven't told you anything about array. In some lessons to come, I'll show you how arrays work. But for now, just take it the way it is. So now, instead of showing my result, I'm just going to show result. An array, I'm saying, give me the first index, which is 0. That's how you find values true for with index. So I'm saying, give me the first element in the array. With the first element, take 0. So I'm going to save it, and I'm going to refresh my page, and you see what I get. I refresh my page, and I get John. So we can go back and find the second element, which is going to be 1. We start from 0. So 1, that's the second element in the array. And I already saved it, and I'm going to go refresh my page, and I get Smith. I also like to show you another method called to lowercase. So what it does is to change everything in the string to lowercase. So let's show you how that works. So you just remember we have J is uppercase and S is uppercase, and you're going to see what the result is now. To lowercase. And try to remember how to spell this. L is capitalized and C is capitalized. So save it. And I'm returning the result here. The result is here. And go back to your page and refresh. You see, everything is lowercase. And also, we have the other one that says to uppercase. Just change this to uppercase. Save it. And go to your page, refresh. Everything is uppercase. Another most commonly method in a string is a substring. So substring pretty much gives you a part of your string. So if I'm trying to get, say, SMI, for example, how do I do that? With JavaScript. So what I can do is using a substring method. So what substring does, what it requires is to give it the first index. So where do you want to start your substring from? So I want to start from S. So I have to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to start at 5, index 5. Then where do I end? I want to end at, this is 5, 6, 7, 8. So SMI, if I end at 8 and save it and see what I get. So I'm already displaying my results. So it gives me SMI, just like I want it. So you can also capture substring by just putting the first parameter, just this 5, and leave out this other one. So what that does is it starts from there and goes all to the end of the string. So you don't have to put these 2 parameters, you can just put one of them. So if you put 5, so what it gives you is going to give you all the way from S to the end of the string. Everything from here to the end of the string. So if that's what you want, you save it and refresh. So it gives us Smith. So from S to the end of the string. The last method I would like to leave you with is trim. In your website, you're trying to capture entries, and some people don't want to type their name. They don't even realize they already put space in it. So they put space before it, and they put some space after it. But all you care about is the name John Smith. You don't care about the, preceding space. You don't care about the, trailing spaces. All you need is just the name John Smith. So the easy way to do this is use the method trim. So you do name.trim. So what it does for you, it trims out all the trailing spaces and the preceding spaces, and it gives you just the real thing. And let's save that and refresh the page. So we have John Smith. Now, you might not be able to tell, but everything is already stripped out. All the spaces, everything is gone. So this brings us to the end of lesson 2. But one thing I'd like to leave you with is the website of W3 Schools. Go to their website, check out what they have. This is the URL. If you want to learn more about strings, go there and just go here. They show you all the string methods, and they will even give you examples on how to use them. So I think it's a very good resource for you to learn. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope to see you around for lesson 3. In lesson 3, we'll be talking about numbers, and it's going to be a good one. Till then, bye for now.